will be used to reduce and reroute the loops. What I'm aiming for in the end is to have an 8-vert circle at the wrist. Now that the hard part's over with, I place the retopoed hand on the wrist and extrude it up the arm, adding a few loop cuts along the way. Once we get some geometry running from the shoulder to the center, it's pretty easy from here on. Duplicate a plane and cut it into a 3x4, extrude it out to the edge of the boob, and add some loop cuts to finish up the chest. Connect everything up and keep on moving down. If you'd like to go more in depth on body retopology, I made a step-by-step video on just that subject. There's a link in the description if you'd like to check that out. Now that the dreaded retopology section is finished, I jump back into sculpt mode with the slide relax brush and give the whole body a smoothing to even out all the quad placements. After that, I add a Rigify human meta rig and start aligning the bones to the body. We can delete all of these face bones since we won't be needing them. Don't forget the hidden bone that's behind the main head bone. Once everything's lined up, click Generate Rig to get all these fancy looking controllers. Click on the body mesh and then shift click the new rig, press Ctrl P and choose automatic weights. To attach the head, I selected everything above the neck, including the hair, headband, everything. Shift click the rig, go into pose mode, and once in here select the head controller, hit Ctrl P and choose parent to bone. Now that everything is rigged up correctly, I start getting our naked launch into a rough pose. We'll have to tweak the pose a little bit later as we add clothes, but it's nice to have a pose to switch to and from to see how the clothes are deforming. Switching back into the T-pose, I add in a cylinder and shrink wrap it to the body to make her top, adding in some loop cuts so it conforms to the body a bit better, then making some tweaks with a grab brush and some proportional editing. To make her shorts, I duplicated some geometry from the crotch area and added a solidify to give it a bit of depth, then duplicating more geometry to make the rest of her shorts details. Same deal with her 80s style leg warmer workout sock things.
That ain't helping
Duplicate
you,
a few
bro.
loops from the lower leg, separate and solidify it. Scale some of the loops to make it look all bunched up and droopy. We can leave the feet alone, just add in some material so they become her shoes. So the cool thing about using grease pencil for the line art is that we can take advantage of freestyle marked edges. When we select an edge and press Ctrl E and choose Mark Freestyle, the grease pencil will draw a line wherever it was marked. We can use this to make the seam lines in her shorts. We can also use this method to draw the belly button and the clavicles. Since we just can't mark the edge to get her cleavage line, we'll have to jump into sculpt mode and push the girls closer
Am I
together.
not good, bro?
And